I was gonna say define ready, but I guess ready is
Look,
when you are asked.
look. It was stream time. It was stream o'clock. Whether you were ready,
Quite right.
whether you were ready or not, stream o'clock occurred.
Ready or not, here you come. You can't hide. Gonna find you.
Yeah. All right. So okay, I can hear both of us on the tablet. Grab that link. Stick it in Discord. In the Kakos Discord. With a in Stream Ratty, even though I'm not doing this on Stream Ratty.
You know, I had a very low-key panic attack yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I was like, it was one of these sort of twilighty, sleepy moments.
Yeah.
When I was in bed.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh no, we haven't got the body down yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
And I've gone to sleep, which means that it's been like a whole day since the body has been put down. Then I had to remind, and it's only just now that I've realized, oh no, that's fine, because we didn't end the day.
I think that this game thus far has required the suspension of disbelief to me that no one in Revachol owns a ladder. Like a folding ladder.
I have an argument for this.
Okay.
They will work at the docks. The dock workers control everything, including the ladders.
Okay. But like, the hotel he's staying in, they literally never need a ladder.
No, because there's always full of dock workers who control the ladders.
Okay.
This is my foolproof theory. And then you'd be a fool to prove me otherwise.
I guess so. I can't argue with that. Okay, so we have one
control
viewer.
The ladders.
I'm pretty sure it's me.
Yeah.
And you can see what we're doing, right?
Me?
You can see it in the. I'm streaming it to you in Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I've got the chat open in case anybody joins us, but I think we should just get into it. So if I ever cut the heads off of these videos using the YouTube editor, then now would be a good time to cut to. Anyway, I'm Conrad. I make Kakos Industries. That's the channel that this is on. I'm joined by Ollie of Cane Fields and 3 detectives in a trench coat.
Yeah.
A podcast which was originally about Disco Elysium. Okay, so if I can remember last time, we did something with my... we got my
check your journal. If we check our journal, we can have a look at things.
You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics, then ask the cafeteria manager to perform, preferably in the evening. More people at the bar then. Oh god. We have so many things that are open. Find out who is in the union box. Run the number on the victim's armor. Oh yeah.
Well, you still haven't called the precinct.
I lied to him about what the number was. Ask him to tell you about the case. Where's the rest of the armor? Good question. Getting the body down. Still haven't done that. Find the traffic hooligan. I think we know who the traffic hooligan is. Replace the lost boule. Report your badge missing. Do I have to? I have to do it as soon as possible. Okay. Pay for damages. No. I'm gonna have to go hand out tickets to people. Who put the clothes in the trash? Victim's tattoos. Who made the call reporting the crime? Did we not figure out? So it wasn't Sylvie. I keep searching for the caller, despite lacking any obvious leads. Parentheses. This might take some time. Square brackets derogatory. And then getting the hanged man's boots. Yeah, because I need to wear those for the rest of the game.
And what have you done?
And then done... yeah, not many. Open the trash, find your paperwork. Most of these I didn't even really have, like, the mission to do until I think I had achieved them. Pissing competition. Basically that was just talking to Kim about it. Find my other shoe. I did. Found my other shoe. I found it because I knew where it was this time. But the first time I played through it, I had one shoe on for a very long time. Interview cafeteria manager, inspect victim's body, talk to Gart for Sylvie, read your ledger, and name the case. I feel like that was they didn't really give me much choice in that one. I tried every other option, and it was like, nope, we're gonna railroad you into what this needs to be. Alright, so let me call the precinct.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Yeah.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
So, I have to report my lost badge. Well, let's do the serial number first.
What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
I don't even remember which one. I think this is the wrong one.
The top one. Yeah, it's the top one that's the right one.
The top one's correct, though. But if I do this one as Kim, like, that's not even what you gave me.
Are you sure that's the right number? Doesn't sound like a Syrian.
There's just a hint of weariness in her voice. It's not that she doesn't trust you. She just wants to be thorough, so as not to create extra work for both of you.
Why am I doing this? I don't
know.
Well,
It's making
I'll
me really
contact
tense.
the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful to your investigation by then.
Ooh, consequences to my actions.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
Do I have to...
You lied to them.
Huh?
And you lied to them.
I know. It gave me the option, and I was curious what would happen.
Well, there you go.
What would you have had me do?
Give them the right serial number.
Why?
Because we're cops.
Just a second,
Fine.
officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance. Oh, is this so Kim doesn't overhear?
You can do whatever.
10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I wanna test the game, but I feel like this game is very good at sort of giving you shitty options that you want to pick, And then when you pick them, you're like, oh man, obviously I've just made my life harder because that's what happens, you know.
10-4, anything else for you, sir? Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
Is it him? What does he want?
Vikemar.
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It's paramount to the investigation.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you.
He says he's in trouble.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said...
Who cares what this Vikmar said? Pull on their heartstrings.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna work.
Anything else, sir? Over.
What happens if I don't report my badge missing? Do you know? Do you even know what happens if I don't?
You miss out on a fun cutscene where you realize that your badge is missing.
But I know that my badge is missing right now.
You miss out on a fun cutscene where you realize that maybe some other stuff is missing.
But you said...
10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge?
Oh, Chester McLean. That's a very French name.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Mac Torson.
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
Volcanic laughter.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I got a chance.
Lying over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
And then I can report my gun missing. Okay, well, after lying about it, I don't think...
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pudier. Around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Tap on that fuel gauge.
Didn't I already do that?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Okay. So... unruly Union men gather in the mess hall of the Whirling in Rags. I think it's still a little bit too early to do that, right?
Yep. But it might be time to go talk to the Union.
Okay, if you insist. I feel like it's over this way.
Yep.
Did I talk to this guy yet? I don't think I did.
Nope.
Welcome to Revachol.
Racist lorry driver. He's not racist. He drives a racist lorry. It's a very fine distinction.
It's not that fine a distinction.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
What? Kim, why do you sound so angry?
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Yeah.
Just reading all the options.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, kid.
You do make a cute couple. You know that?
I got an achievement.
Hey, you just got good at a good cause.
For getting Kim to trust me.
Yeah.
How did I not get that the last time? Anyway.
You didn't back him up with the racist lorry driver.
I think that I clicked the same options.
The lieutenant exhales.
Can I give this guy a
his
ticket?
regular calmness.
Yeah.
You sense slight embarrassment for the outburst. Or is it pride? Impossible to tell.
Whatever you say, officers.
I found this mug on the other side of the building. Did you throw it away?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Was there...
No, what are you
no,
holding?
that's the argument with Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What cargo are you picking up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow him down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Well, I'd say the first one.
Yeah? Says who? Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
Mm-hmm.
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
Don't see the apples.
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
Do I care about the rights and privileges of lorrymen?
I don't know. Do you?
Not really.
Or are you a fash? I'm kidding.
Am I a fash if I do care or if I don't? I don't know.
You don't care.
Ooh. Jump Jams, popular something. Oh, and then he says, welcome to Revachol again on top of what I was reading. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Okay. What do we got here? Freet. Sick.
Oh, look, you got a little sauce.
3 T's, how idiomatic. Okay. Oop, I clicked on a door. Oh, I remember this spot, I think. Dozens of yellow roses, tulips too. Melancholy pop song.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Well, I can't afford anything, so I think I'll come back.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. Uh-huh.
I don't have to click on everything.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
In the world.
Cool. Wait, did I actually talk to her, or did she just, like, respond to me?
Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Hold on. Now tell me, what's a frit?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars.
Yeah.
It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Stupid famous people. Very futuristic.
Yeah.
That's an odd... yeah, why not?
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really long. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I've been to Frit now.
Nice.
Okay, so we got people on strike, I assume. Where's the circle? Fuel here, now they store booze. Alright, tab to, I guess I can... Do I want to go there?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
That's the wrong... Well, I don't know. I guess it could be the right zone if it's like the suns and wheels were sort of like cast into the the curtain.
A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Oh. To our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Well, I guess I could check to see if he's got any stuff in it. Or can I? Am I on the wrong side? Foreign car, in good condition. Yeah, it's not... I mean, I don't know if I'm too far away for it to register. Yeah, it's not letting me look in his truck. I guess his truck is empty anyway, right? I've already talked to that woman. Okay.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
I mean, I just don't think I can beat him down. Hey there, Ollie.
Yep. I've got no sugar in my coffee today, so I'm a bit slow on it.
Oh, you need some sugar in your coffee to make it.
I don't have any milk.
I was gonna make more more disrespectful jokes. Am I fighting this guy? I don't think I want to fight this guy.
Okay.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Rights of people,
being used.
Rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work! Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
No, call me mañana.
Call me mañana. Now, what's a strike?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were Given a job to do!
Ooh, do I get experience for a communist answer here?
Yeah.
But I don't have one.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave now is the dialogue I'm given. Got an autosave.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
It's probably that, like, dead guy, you know? In the... hanging from the thing. Can you give me some money? Am I just asking people for money? Huh?
That sounds like a lot of hard work.
Some.
You'd never see me investigating a murder.
It's actually very fun and easy.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice. He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Beneath the jolliness, he suddenly seems doubtful. If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Gotcha.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Welp.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to... You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though.
You might be coming, right?
Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess. Cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter, is all. Supplies should last the strike, though. I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Okay, so...
Make your heads.
Wait, do I want to be here? In case of a strike, press button behind guard. Medically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking on this one. Another thought. Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. So is Measurehead this guy?
Yep.
Find out.
Get ready.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You see him in the background of her photo?
Looming. My body's unimportant. This is a very Kim answer.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right. I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree. It's a speedrun answer.
Yep.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Does he just kill me, though? I have 1 hit point.
You also say fairly recently. You can keep going.
Look at my chronology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Doesn't even get a name.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
These are both. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna fight him.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul. Your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Well,
why not?
Not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
So, subscribe to his theory. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be fun for me. Yeah, and then I die on that one. Is he gonna get mad at me about the mug? I can't remember which thing is on the mug.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
See, I get points for saying communism's cool. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
Disco. It's true, I am a rock and roll star, and a rebel. Youth culture does not affect my thinking.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
I just don't want him to punch me out and then I die, because I have 1 hit point.
What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do you think about
Physical
this?
instrument.
Huh?
Physical instrument.
But that's how I die.
You don't know that. I'll save and then do it.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be
That'll be our lucky racist.
Yeah.
How do you know there will be a next racist? Yeah, that's...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
Oh boy.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Welp.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
I just don't know.
Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years, there is need for a servile homunculus.
All right. So you wanted me to try
We
to
still
punch
need to
him
get
out.
into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Over the whirling's roof to the yard. Okay. Save's coming. Because I have 1 hit point.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic. Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Okay. And Kim wants to talk.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the 1 bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hug.
But I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is. There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here. Let's think of something else.
Okay. I see some tear. I just don't have the bag. I don't remember where I get it. It's been a while since I've... Okay, so I haven't been up this other way. I'm not sure if that's gonna do anything for me, but we can find out. What is this? Oh, it's just a viewer.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Yeah, pat
the
that
metal
machine.
feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived toward. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
So many bottles I'm gonna have to pick up later. Okay. Oh, we got a bag.
Alright, put the bag.
I'm stealing this guy's bag. Okay. Let me put my thing away. Bag out. No? Can't do it in the left hand? This is a right hand job, apparently. Okay. I can't get those, or I can. Huh?
Left throw, the left, oh, never mind. I had a joke there, but I disappeared. The left throw away their rubbish and wash their asses. That was a good joke. Ugh.
You still struggling through that coffee?
I'm out of nicotine.
You were supposed to be.
Yeah. I have some mints.
Having a thought. Regis and squall of seabirds. Okay, give me that. Give me that garbage. Is there not a bottle?
Hello, seabirds.
Spatter of bullet holes lands the wall. Okay. See if I can afford to sleep in the hotel tonight. Alright, scaring that bird away. Cormorant. Spill the paint.
Up here, Piggo. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Start with your blood type and go from there.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pig man. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism.
Oh,
the lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
Composure. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
It's Margaret Thatcher.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Graffitio?
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's interesting that we haven't seen the word graffiti yet, but we have seen the singular graffito several times.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite. You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Okay. Let me pick up these bottles. Yeah. This boat shines like it was recently painted. Having a thought. This is worth more than you'll earn in all your life. Oh boy. Yeah, well.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Dayton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Jackson in the chat asks if I've played before. I have. I didn't finish it. I got maybe halfway.
You did not get halfway.
I did not get
2 days in.
Huh?
You got 2 days in. You did not get halfway.
The last time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
Yeah, I can't remember.
How interesting. I wish you a
You
swift
can't remember
recovery.
in the game without
In
not
the meanwhile,
remembering?
you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Wait, what am I saying? Oh, yes, I do. To rhetoric. Okay.
Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Go in for the kill.
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Preciso Mundo, class wartime, baby.
Yes.
Five points.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator?
Then what does that say? Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A? 33A? This old proletarian haunt here? As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Ooh, reaction speed, that's probably not good. Ooh, yeah, alright. Oh, I just...
She takes a sip.
It's gonna happen. Something is about to happen in here.
Of course.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
They will come from my head, the arguments.
As they do.
The thoughts happen inside his brain.
It doesn't.
Oh, you need to finish your coffee.
I finished it.
Okay.
I might need another. No, I keep having the worry of like...
It's as if there's a tiny spinner on the side of his head and he's reeling thoughts out.
It's me.
Except he isn't.
The lieutenant is satisfied with where this is going.
Of course. Lieutenant, I truly don't understand what is happening here.
I told you his methods are unconventional.
Your marbles on glass, dear. Don't worry. It was quite a while ago, but I think... Yes, we were discussing my fast, large, ineluctably middle-class boat. The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word, it, feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long.
She makes a point of being unromantic about it.
How about Dolores?
Yeah. Dolores is a good
Why
one.
Dolores?
For Dolores Day.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion. It's a pleasure craft. A 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business. My sloop, I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain. Saint-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue. And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wild Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where do they get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Damn.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? We built this district.
We. There it is. She owns up to it.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its bastions, the plazas Meteor and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. A company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
New gross.
What? Oh.
With your help.
Yeah.
Go away.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Ooh.
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus. I shall slay it.
Yeah.
Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Cool.
Wow. Alright.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, not hard communist enough for me.
Yeah.
Do I get points?
Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
They can't be kings. The king is the king. King is dead, long live the workers. Give me XP.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
He's a hero of the workers' movement. I have not met him.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
basically a socialist mob? I don't know.
What did you say?
Give me the
Why
XP.
do you think so?
What she calls corruption is simply an aesthetic category.
Talking in aesthetic categories is the privilege of the overclass. From what I've seen, most people are just trying to survive. Between Everett the Human Leech and Measurehead, this union sounds like a motley crew. I am into it. They're good labor men. You can't fault them for a little corruption.
Ha! A real man of the left. What else can I tell you about? I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi, from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
That's a good question.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Pity's my boat failure.
I mean,
who knows?
Favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort. Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along. That you convince yourself into colluding with her. Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar, the old L'Assommoir, to the pier or the sewers, to Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Your bonuses.
So, reveals extra special collector's edition Terror bottles on the map. Oh, which is... I need that right now. More money from selling Terror, learning cap for Shivers raised to 6. Okay.
Oh, so. Shivers is great. Have you got skill points?
I do, yeah. Looks like 2.
What have you got of, Let's see what you got to, fuck around with in terms of, what's the bow collector?
Sparks fall like snow from the bow, or the bow. A bow collector of streetcar number 42. Slowly down the slope from Voyager Road and then east on the B-206 across the river to where there are no closed factories or ruins. To study at the academy. Electrical cables run overhead and the bow collector draws across them like a musical instrument. A flash. She's standing at the rear window holding onto the rail in a spring coat, waving at you.
Interesting.
I mean, my authority's already trash, and my hand-eye coordination is also already trash. I would just have to unlock a slot.
Yep.
Is there a specific place I should put it, or is it just...
No, they're all good. What else you got? You got
White Morning.
Might...
Little guy gets further and further away. Even from the distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. I mean, I got 2 points. I could do 2 of them, or I guess I could also put them into something else. I'll probably
have to... Cop of the Apocalypse.
Yeah. Which is -1 to rhetoric. In the short term.
In the short term. What are you feeling? I do one of these, and then I put the other one into Shivers.
Okay.
The Shivers is dope.
I mean, Cop of the Apocalypse sounds interesting, but I think I'm more interested in, like, Bow Collector or White Morning.
I do Bow Collector because I've never done it before.
Okay. Let's internalize it. Okay.
And then go to your cabinet.
Alright, Shivers is...
in physique.
Well, good thing that I've increased the level to 6 because I'm at 1.
Yeah.
You want me to put a point in that? It's not really my
Have a click on it. Have a look at what it says.
Yeah, but it's just that it's at a 1.
Rise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city.
Let's see, can I upgrade one of these instead?
You can upgrade all of them. Well, you can upgrade one of those, but oh no, you can't. You can't upgrade your. These are your caps.
Oh, okay.
But I would put one into Shivers.
Like I said, it's not really like the build that I've got, right?
It's true. It's true. But it could be. Your next 6 points into Shivers.
I'd have to put all 6 points in. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good return.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it's an interesting turn.
Yeah, but like some of this other stuff might be. I don't think. Can I level up conceptualization? It's letting me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
I can do several boosts to it. It looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can get that up to like 11. It looks like.
Well, yeah. But that's why I do it with Shivers, because Shivers is more interesting than conceptualization.
Have you done conceptualization?
Yes.
I just feel like the time for this particular conversation, Ollie, should have been like when I was building the character.
Well, no. I'm saying you've now got a +6 you can now boost your Shivers up to at least 7.
Yeah, but it's going to require a lot of points.
Yeah, but maybe those points will be worth it. But who knows?
Okay. It seems like, I'd be better off putting points into things that are already fairly high level, right?
All right. Okay. No, because the thing is that otherwise they'll just natter at you all the time.
They'll just what?
So you actually want to keep things like fairly middling, because otherwise they will natter at you all the time.
Okay.
Well, I think you blocked it in now.
I think I did, yeah.
All right.
I was just looking at the other stuff it was telling me about. 6 hours and 10 minutes on that one. Well, it'll probably be the next day unless I'm up all night.
Oh, check again.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation. Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional, after all. I'm sure you will, Detective. Yes. Knowing this does not really change our position, however. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes, a scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I'm a goddamn working man.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Well, I got a chance.
Voila, you're doing it.
Help me, I'm poor. I need money to keep living.
Why, yes, I am rich. How much money do you need? Hopefully not too much. I couldn't bring all of it with me.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
I need $1 billion real. Well, let's see if we can get 60.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown.
This may seem odd behavior for a police officer, ma'am, but it's a perfectly common side effect of his unusual medical episode.
It's all right, Lieutenant.
Another $1.
I really did bring as little cash with me as possible to avoid attention. So here you are. The last bit of filthy lucre I can share. So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You bribe me, alright? I'm your little peon now. I'm an honorable policeman.
Funny that you're worried about that and not your ruthless exploitation of the entire human race. I mean, I just want those experience points.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what,
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes, after they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Every chain has its weak link. That's the part I skipped.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
That'll be fun.
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCN. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable. The weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Ask for more money.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
So, where are these, I see. Okay, I'm not going to go in that area yet, because I think it'd probably make more sense to follow this to its conclusion, rather than, Oh, it's locked, okay. Well, not conclusion necessarily, but rather than go into that building with everything that goes on there. Did I pick it up or no? Ooh, just some money.
Are you trying to
OS.
sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Okay. That's another way in.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion, and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Interesting.
Have you done it that way before?
I've done it lots of ways.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
How late can we stay up?
About 1, I think.
Orange bum hat. Oh boy. I've got a health healing item, yeah, because... Well, I mean, if it lets me use it, like, in the moment, sure. I don't have any hat on. Well... We're just in Hobocop mode right now.
A little bit.
Okay.
And that man a bag full of tar and he knows what to do.
So you need all that limited edition garbage. Other thing there I missed. Having a thought.
Yes?
Ooh.
I was having a thought, or was I not? Okay.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
So did it not actually give me extra money? I don't think it did. But I don't know if I picked up 38 pieces of trash, though.
There's 40! It might be social defenses or something.
I didn't understand what you said, Ollie, sorry.
Oh, never mind then, don't worry.
Looking for something? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
As he takes a long drag on his cigarette.
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Let's see.
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then...
I don't know shit. If I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics and wheeling in rags when some kip boys smashed his luck and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the whirling in rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that he's a kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road science, man. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Is that person standing on top of the truck? Oh, with a sign though. It's showing me through it. Okay. Probably not going to get anything out of the person who just keeps staring into space.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
I think it's interesting reading the... I always want to say the name of the book wrong, but the novel that Kurvitz wrote, because the 50s in that timeline is when, like, the kidnapping happens. So the story actually takes place like 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then other bad things happen to Revachol.
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a hold over her, even 50 years later. You can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. When you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Meth, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petro-state, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos's bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
A boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer.
Really?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
A beautiful song, not solemnly.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista, and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary. The great unrest.
Where can I get my hands on an experience like that?
If you don't know,
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
why would I want to do that? Loman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiris to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiris to Grad, Loman? No.
Drugs?
Loman, diamonds.
Yeah.
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Having a thought.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
Guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
What hard work do I do
Look at
exactly?
yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I mean, yeah, I did take that bribe from that Joyce woman.
You did.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider. Oh yeah, you took that bribe hard. You're a killer. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7. Ride or die. Now, ask yourself.
Some spoilers in there.
Are you rich?
Yes, quite. Is that the...
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
It's because of that Gart guy riding my ass. System is broken. There's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. Fucking taxes, man.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor? The Guardsman has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim. Think hustler. Think with your head. Because of the taxes, G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gossamer state's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
Oh, I see.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Opt in, but only a little. I guess I can put it in the cabinet.
It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
Well. Yeah. -2 to empathy for an hour and 45 minutes. First, if you have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere, don't sweat it. You're a cool anarchist now. Unless you don't want to be an anarchist. Whatever. Stuff this meal ticket in your eye socket and see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons at the customs agency and the banditos at the Insulindian Financial Oversight and Competition Committee. Well, I don't have a spot for it right now. I guess I have a skill point, but probably do Cop of the Apocalypse or whatever before that. Did we talk to the other guy? I don't remember where he is. Oh, I think I remember how this
goes. Now
goes.
it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Hit him up for money before I bust him.
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer.
Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to commit a criminal offense that the person would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud.
Then what's your deal here?
So much for subtlety. Better get straight to the point.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Conflagration? What a word.
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo. And it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and way of speaking.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
I got a chance on this. Oh, hitting him with a verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion? That's good.
Where gaspingly you partake of shifting identity over your own.
That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
I don't really know. I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours. No matter. Great verse is like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet. Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop. They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
No joke, man. Fuck the police.
Yeah.
The lieutenant closes his eyes and lets slip a loud, long sigh.
If you say so, officer.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Okay, I guess I'm done talking to him. I impressed him, but I didn't have any follow-up questions. And Kim's gonna be like, what did you mean by fuck the police?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe.
Oh my god.
The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We should take care of that, then. I'll also take a room at the Whirling. One cannot get much closer to the crime scene.
He's proud of you for getting your act together and finding a way to pay back what you owe.
Alright, can I go mess with the other guy just to kind of figure out this, or, nope, he's not here. Okay. So I guess I have to check on that in the morning. Is there anything I should, do before I end the day here? Oh, having a thought. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. I don't know, maybe there's sea monsters in this game. Give me that terror dog. Oh no, that's just drugs. Okay. Can I walk over there? Oh, I can. So is it possible to get 60 real from... You'd have to get 600 bottles?
The tear machine stands and your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
So just telling me that I have more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a sad enough song yet.
Not yet.
I talked to this woman already. I mean, I know I did, but...
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
Yeah, I'm done with mating rituals this time around. I don't know, Wink. Maybe I have. I had once, Wink twice, but then I lost her.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time, she would have probably welcomed your attention.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair. How'd you like to roll with me? Oh boy. Does Sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
Oh boy.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
You're quite welcome, dear. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Nice.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Year 973. All I know is we're approaching the end times. But I already have Apocalypse Cop, unless I would get bonus points for saying all these.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Okay.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe? I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Oh god. It's too real.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
So I'm not
but
really
we
a
should
cop.
stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Oh, I feel like I already did that part.
I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Can I wear it? No, I can't wear it. Just put the pen on. Like, yeah, I pawned it. Like, now you have it on your chest right now. Sure I do.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to its cobalt blue.
It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
Yes, a mini side investigation. Behind the blue door.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
I guess I can pay him also.
Mm.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love... Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a freak warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes? Yes, have you got it? For the room, 60 real. Well?
Oh, just get some different attitude here.
Yep.
All the same. I can't keep apologizing or it's going to make me do sorry cop.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Taking the bottles off the table. Well, just the one, I guess. So I got 2 points. Should I do the thoughts advance while you sleep?
I don't think they do.
So you don't think so?
How much time have you got on them?
Well, the bow collector has 4 hours left. But, you know, I could do Cop of the Apocalypse. White morning while I'm sleeping. I don't know if they count, though. You know what? I'm willing to find out. Okay. So yeah, I think that I have to stop for the day, right? We ran out of time. talk to Kim.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
Okay. I look at all the terror in my...
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
I think I might want to pick up smoking.
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes. Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
Just wanted to make sure he was really dead.
Right. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him, so that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We tried to interview the Wild Pines rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what are our powers exactly?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts, Le Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. Yes, the international community's mission in Revachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Moralinton Lysis has the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. The Moralinton are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. Do you?
Do I want the 5 experience or 4 experience?
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez, most of them at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Oh, fine. I guess a lot of the stuff that I just didn't want to...
No response. He just...
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice.
Oh.
Like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Is that what I was supposed to do? No, ask him to tell you about the case. Is it that...
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right. You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emerged. During that time, the victim... Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good.
Okay, did I get that off of there? I did.
Nice. Had the coolest bit of the evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do the, I guess I was just checking to see if there was anything else that was obvious that needed doing. But I think I'm done, so that I can go in here. Let's see, I'm on my own, but what was the thing that I needed to do without him? It was like, it was something illegal, I'm sure.
The boots.
The boots. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to mess with that right now. It'll probably just kill me. So anyway.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
I can't tell, are those the slats that the mattress is supposed to be on, or is that just a... I don't know what I'm looking at.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep. I know this too
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant... Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you, until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and images start forming.
Well, I thought that would just end the day, and I wouldn't have a wacky dream sequence, but... It's me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me.
No, we got our name, though.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there, one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
I healed 1 morale.
Nice.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting, rejuvenating.
Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Okay.
I need to get more of them. Detecting is my life. Opt in.
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
I don't know what I'm opting into.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
It's Mr. Drug Stalking.
I don't know, I don't know if this is like a side thing that I can do, or if it's like I have to go get drugs or I don't. I don't know.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Just don't know how accurately I'm role-playing. Clean up my floor here. Well, I can't get that one.
Did you wake up in the middle of the night?
Did I do what?
You woke up in the middle of the night, didn't you?
We had, yeah, there was a dream sequence.
Tabs to see everything.
Yeah, but it doesn't always highlight the bottles you can pick up, see? Having a slightly cleaner space.
There's a bunch of bottles in the bathtub.
Yeah, not doing it apparently. Okay, well, I think that is probably where we leave it for tonight.
Yes.
So, again, thanks for watching. I'm going to continue this and, these 2 or 3 hour segments. Hopefully we can make some progress at some point.
Well, we've got to day 2. That's good.
Yep. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of the stream here.
Alright.
I did save. That's the one. Just save over it. Make things more complicated. Okay. See you in the next one.
Here we go.